the dancing plague, the laughing epidemic, the English sweating sickness. All these are plagues / illnesses that happen in this world, and to be honest, I find that quite interesting. You know, that happened literally a few hundred years ago, and these are some of the most interesting, bizarre cases that I've been looking this up, you know what I mean? And you know, I gotta talk about it with you guys. So today, we're gonna be looking at some of the most interesting plagues / illnesses that this world has ever seen. Let's go. Welcome back to another video. Appreciate y'all logging in with L. Now listen, there are some plagues in this world that I feel like should be talked about more. I'm gonna be honest. For example,
the dancing plague.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but I did personally learn about the dancing plague way back in my high school days. Man, those were back in the day. That wasn't even that long ago. But I did learn about it in my high school days. And did I pay attention?
No.
I did not. You know, that's kind of weird because I'm a really big history buff. I love learning about history, but that's not the point. Anyway, it was like a random Tuesday and I just started thinking about the dancing plague. So you know what I did? I literally went on my computer and I just started doing a bunch of research about the dancing plague because I was thinking to myself, there is no way that there was a plague that made everyone just start bust out dancing, you know what I mean? Making them feel like Michael Jackson for a few days. Like, I didn't think that was real, so I was researching that. I spent days, I spent countless and countless of hours doing my research about this plague that makes you bust out dancing. And this is what I found. Ladies and gentlemen, what I found was absolutely breathtaking. Okay, breathtaking, Luis? What are you talking about, bro? This ain't no documentary, bro. I'm sorry, you guys. I am so sorry. I lied. Yes, I did not spend countless days. I did not spend countless hours doing my research. I spent about a good hour doing some research on the dancing plague of 1518, and I did find some pretty interesting articles. I'm not gonna lie. Look, let's take a look about what I found. The year was 1518 in the city of Strasbourg when a woman by the name of Frau Trophea was just chilling, minding her own business. You know, nothing out of the ordinary until something strange started to happen. So apparently Miss Trophea was just kicking it, you know? It was a normal random day. She was just vibing, hanging out, living her life when out of nowhere, she just started busting out dancing, quote unquote. She started to twist, twirl, and shake. Yeah, that's kind of odd, right? Like imagine you're just chilling and then out of nowhere, you're just like, hey, you know, it's kind of odd. You're like, okay, I mean, I don't mind a little bit of dancing, you know what I'm saying? But then you start hitting one of these. And then you're like, okay, hold up. And then hey, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Remember, this is my bit, all right? And then you go after. Remember, come on, man, stick to the script. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, so after she found out she was doing her little dancey dance, I'll be honest, she didn't really do anything about it. Yeah, she just thought, I'm like, hey, this is kind of a vibe, you know what I'm saying? So she just started vibing, doing her thing, and you know, she was just dancing, having a good time. But little did she know that at that exact moment right there, where she's feeling happy, dancing, but a little confused, that moment right there would be her final moments of happiness because she danced the night away. Nah, for real, like quite literally, she did dance the night away. I mean, it even says, quote unquote, that she danced herself to exhaustion and then she fell asleep after that. So, I mean, how are you gonna be happy dancing that long? You know what I mean? Like, come on now. Okay, wait, hold on. Can you imagine just experiencing this for the first time? Like, you're the only human on Earth, and then you start busting out dancing because you got the dancing plague. Like, just imagine how, like, being the first person in this world would actually go through this. Like, just imagine. What a beautiful day it is today. We got the blacksmith working on my sword. We got mama milking the cows. Honestly, today can't get any better, you know? Yo, what the? Yo, I'm making jiggy right now. What's going on? Shit, I don't even care, lowkey. I'm down. Hey, yo, what's going on? What I missed, man? Why you all in a good mood? You know, why you all dancing and stuff, man? I'll be honest with you, man. I don't even know, but you know what? I'm down. You know, hey. I mean, you do you, bro. I'll see you later, though. Okay? Hey, yo, why am I getting jiggy too? What's going on? Hey, I see you. Hey. Yeah, I kind of forgot to mention that this spread very, very quickly. And okay, wait, hold on. I don't mean to laugh. But do you guys want to know how exactly this plague spread? I will let you take a guess. Okay, 3, 2, 1. The way that this plague spread was by being around other people who were dancing. I'm being for real. Like,
wow.
Like, bro, lock in, bro, with the eyes. Sound like a damn pirate. I'm sounding like damn Eugene Krabs. Like, come Come on, bro. Okay, anyway. But not for real. The way that this plague actually spread was by being around people who were also dancing as well. Isn't that kind of interesting? They called it a psychological trance. Yeah, honestly, I don't really want to be a part of that. I'm gonna be honest. You know what I mean? Because you're looking at someone dancing and you're just like, oh, okay. I mean, hey, look, homie's busting out some moves. All right, that's a vibe. But then next thing you know, you're hitting one of these. You're hitting one of these and you're like, wait, hold on. I don't know if I like this. Hey, wait, hold on, bro. Hey, you know who would really love this plague? I mean, I don't know who. The homie Michael Jackson. Yeah. You know what? You're right. Mike Jack would have loved that for real. Yeah, all right. I'll give you that one. Come on, bro. You know Michael Jackson would have loved this plague. This honestly sounds like it's right up Michael Jackson's alley. You know what I mean? But imagine if that did happen to Michael, though. I mean, that would actually be very bad for us. Yeah, because we all love to watch him dance. And that probably wouldn't be good. Just imagine if this happened during Michael Jackson's prime. Oh my, nah, bro. He's touring. He's doing stadium tours. You know how much people watch him dance? And then imagine he has the plague and he starts busting out dancing in the middle of the stage, putting us all on a psychological trance. The next thing you know, we're all dancing in the crowd. He's like, okay, everybody's vibing. But in reality, we just got plagued. Yeah, no, that would not be good. So as time goes by, this plague is hitting everyone like crazy, you guys. I'm talking about after just 1 month,
Over 400 people
are dancing. Yes, over 400. Now you guys may be wondering, Luis, was there a cure for the dancing plague of 1518? And the short answer is
no.
Yeah, no. Hey, bro, you want? He's gonna tell you why. Go ahead and explain why, man. Gotcha, bro. So basically, what religious leaders thought the cure to this plague was, well, they didn't really know what to do. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, the year was 1518. I mean, what did anybody know back then? You know what I mean? There wasn't no internet. There wasn't no chat GTT.
Chat GTT, look at that.
Nothing like that. You know what I mean? So what religious leaders thought was that, well, I mean, the only way to cure this dancing plague was to dance more. For real, like, yeah, no, for real, yeah, no, like they really thought that to cure this plague was to dance more. I mean, honestly, I don't blame them, you know what I mean? Because if this plague happened today, I really don't know what I would think the cure is, you know what I mean? So, hey, you know what? That's what they thought, so they just told everybody, you know what? Just dance more. Just dance more. So that's what everybody did. They started dancing more, and to be honest, what else are you gonna do? What else are you gonna do in a plague like this? Can you imagine being in that situation and then hearing the solution for the first time? Like, just imagine.
Yo, you gotta figure something out, man, because what are we gonna do? You know what I mean? We can't stop dancing. Is there like some sort of cure or medicine? What's going on, man? Okay, let me think. Okay, look, the only thing I come up with is that you guys just dance more. I know. You guys just have to dance more. I don't know. What? You think my dancing is gonna make this go away? No, you do know that the way this spreads is by being around people who dance more. So how is dancing gonna make it go away? Now that makes no sense, man. What are we gonna do? We gotta think of something, man. I don't know, man. This is my first time living too, man. Come on. Oh, no, he got me.
They had no idea what to do. Like, this was the first time that this is happening to pretty much anyone in the world, if I'm not mistaken, and they didn't know what to do. They started bringing out stages. They started bringing out dancing floors where people could literally dance it off. They even brought musicians out on the stages with instruments to play music for people so they could dance even more. Yeah, honestly, they had no idea what to do, and this was the best solution. I mean, honestly, what would you do? If you were in their shoes, what are you doing? What do you think is a solution to this? I mean, you could probably try to strap people down so they wouldn't dance, but and then I think they would end up getting hurt, you know what I'm saying? Because imagine you getting strapped down and then you're busting out dancing like this and then you just like start breaking bones. You're like, no, like that's probably even worse. So might as well just dance it off. I see why they did that. So that's the dancing plague of 1518. It's pretty fucking weird, right? And to be honest, there's not much research on this since it did happen literally like what, 500 years ago. So we don't really know exactly how bad it was, just kind of like on what we think happened, you know? So it probably couldn't have been as bad as it was, or it probably could have been a lot worse. I mean, we don't know that, but that's the dancing plague of 1518. To this day, researchers still can't figure out what caused the dancing plague of 1518 besides some theories that they came up with. So one of the theories that they came up with was, well, they thought it was a demonic possession. Like, honestly, they called it overheated blood. And what this was basically a fever back in the day where it caused your blood to get really, really hot, and then it made you to like dance. That's why they called it the dancing plague, because it was so hot, like your blood was so hot that it caused you to bust out dancing. You know what I mean? So that's one theory they had, but dang, that would suck. Imagine Nah, I'm thinking about that right now. Imagine your blood being so hot to the point where you're like, because you know when you get like a little burn on your arm, you're like, you start doing this. It's like that, but inside. Dang, nah, that would ow. Now another theory they thought was, well, this was the cause of some old expired bread. Yeah, no, for real. Like it was from like a demonic possession to just like old expired bread. Like for real. Like we don't really know exactly what happened, but those are our two biggest theories right now. So I mean, but you know what? I'm just glad that it's not here. You know, RIP to everybody back in 1518 who had to go through that for real, because that is not something fun. But if that happened today, oh no, I would not be a happy camper for real. You know what? There is only one person in this world who is surviving that. And you guys want to know who that is? I'll pop up a pic. This homie right here is the only one surviving. I'm sorry. Chris Brown is quite literally the only person who's gonna survive this. I'm gonna be honest. You think that's funny? Well, you should be grateful that you can stop laughing whenever you want, because our next group of people, unfortunately, all they could do was laugh, and they wished that they could stop laughing because of the one and the only. The year was 1963 in Tanzania, or previously known as Tanganyika. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. But basically, there was an all-girls school in Tanzania, and well, apparently one girl, she just started busting out laughing in the middle of class, like she was listening to a Gabriel Iglesias comedy special. You know what I mean? Like, no, for real. Like on some LOL shit, she was literally LOLing, like for real. Now just imagine this, right? You're in class when out of nowhere, you see one of your classmates just straight LOLing, straight ha, ja, laughing their ass off in the middle of class. So that's what a bunch of
Baby girl.
That's what a bunch of girls did, right? They noticed that their classmate was just straight on giggles, right? The giggle monster over here. So they got curious and they decided to go see what was up. Now listen, this is where they messed up. Now let's go back to the dancing plague real quick. You guys remember the way how it spread, right?
Okay, let me think. Okay, look, the only thing I come up with is that you guys just dance more. I know. You guys just have to dance more. I don't know.
This laughing epidemic was no different. Yeah, the way that this laughing epidemic kind of spread was, well, by being around other people who were laughing. Now, if you think about it, that's some crazy stuff. You know what I mean? Because how am I gonna get contagious laughter from being around someone who's laughing? You know what I mean? I guess that's where that saying comes, where like his laugh is contagious. And now I think about it, that's where it comes from. I am learning so much. Are you guys learning this too? So yeah, the way that you got this laughing epidemic disease / illness was, well, basically by being around other people who were laughing. And that's kind of scary if you think about it, because how is your body getting the giggles by watching somebody else giggle? Nah, because yeah, that does make sense. Because when you're watching someone laugh, sometimes I feel like I'm laughing. Like, watch. Wait. Okay, are you not laughing? That's awkward. That's awkward as hell. Never mind then. Like, now researchers had the same idea I did. You know what I mean? They're like, how in the world are you gonna start laughing and then I look at you and then I start laughing and then it spreads to everybody, right? Well, they came down to it being like a curse. Yeah, I know. It's just like the dancing plague, you know, with the overheated blood stuff. Like that's what they thought was going on here, because well, there's really like no explanation on how this happens. I mean, it's pretty interesting stuff if you think about it. Can you imagine being the teacher in that situation though? Like just imagine you're teaching one day and then your student just starts busting out laughing. Like just imagine.
So you're gonna take the square root of this? Something funny? No. No, sorry. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry. I'll be honest, it seems like something is funny to you. Listen, if you want to step out and go ahead and laugh out there, I mean... I don't know what's going on. Okay, wait, hold on. What's happening? What's going on right now? Because I don't remember saying anything funny. Nah, for real. So what are you guys laughing about? Laughing, Mr. Martinez. What is happening? Oh wait. You guys weren't lying. I'm so sorry. What is happening?
Yeah, that's gotta be a trip for real. Or if like a comedian is doing a show and then nobody's laughing at his jokes, so you know what he does next? He pulls out a box with like the laughing plague and then unleashes it to the whole crowd and then everybody starts laughing. No? That didn't hit? Damn, that didn't hit? You seriously aren't gonna laugh? Okay, well, you know what? Let me just... No, wait. Now Now you guys may be wondering, Luis, how did the laughing epidemic even start? Well, there are a few theories, but the main theory was, well, basically Tanzania at the time, it was going through a lot, and I mean a lot of changes politically at that time. It was not the best. There was a lot going on, you know, everybody was stressed out, especially women, because, well, their power was very limited, you know, they were getting stripped of their power, and it was not a good time for them, you know, especially that they had to go to boarding schools. I mean, they got stressed out to the point where they just started laughing, and that's where the laughing epidemic started. They started busting out laughing in response to the stress that they had to deal with. Yeah, no, it got that bad. And unfortunately, it wasn't the good kind of laughter. Nah, this was the kind of like, I'm so stressed out, my body naturally is just gonna start laughing in response to the stress. Isn't that crazy how your body just kind of does that? Like, just being under an immense amount of stress, your body naturally will just start laughing in response to that. That is kind of insane if you think about it. Now, you know what would really suck is that if you were a doctor and then you caught this mid-procedure, kind of like this.
Doctor. Hey, doctor. Hey.
Doc! Huh? Oh, sorry. What? Are you feeling okay? Okay, anyway, listen, man, we're gonna start the procedure, okay? So just move the heart so we can get started, okay? So go ahead. Right, move the heart. Okay, I mean, that should be simple enough, you know what I mean? Just gotta move a heart. I mean, nothing too crazy, you know? Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. You got this. Oh, you got this. Okay, let me go ahead and... What is happening? I'm sorry. What the fuck? What is he doing? Yo, Doc, what are you doing? Let go of the heart, man. Let go of the heart. Why are you laughing? I can't let go of it. I don't know what's going on, man. Oh, no. Shit. Oh, shit, man. What have you done?
Now, I do have some good news about this laughing epidemic. The good news is that there were 0 recorded deaths. Yes, let's go, baby. Just like my boy Peep says. Peep, what is it that you say, bro?
0 deaths.
Appreciate that, bro. Exactly. That's the good thing about this plague. It's just that there was a bunch of people laughing, and you know, it's not that bad. Now, would you guys rather be around people who are dancing all the time or laughing all the time? Now, that just kind of depends on you. Because me personally, I mean, I guess laughing is cool because, you know, I love laughing. I love to make people laugh, so I would choose that. But then, you know, if you got somebody dancing next to you, like imagine you're just pissed off one day, bro, the day is not going well, and then the homie next to you just hitting one of these. Like, that's just gonna piss me off even more. Versus someone who just giggling over there. You know, if I see homie giggling over there about some who knows what, I'm probably gonna take a little side eye and be like, Alright, and I'm in a good mood again. So ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much the laughing epidemic of 1962. And if you think about it, that really wasn't that long ago. That was only 64 years ago versus the dancing plague, which is about like, what, over 500 years ago. So that's kind of interesting that it was literally not that long ago. Now think about it, that's probably not a good thing that it wasn't that long ago. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, knock on some wood right now, like... if that were to happen today, it's more possible than the dancing plague, you know? I think they kind of got it under control, but just imagine that happening in today's time. Like, just imagine Gabriel Iglesias is doing some stadium comedy tour show, and then he somehow starts getting the giggles, making everybody laugh, and now everyone's laughing. It's just like if there were like some laughing zombies. Nah, imagine some laughing zombies? Oh, hell nah. Nah, that's creepier than clickers. I'm not gonna lie, that's creepier than clickers. Because imagine you're just chilling, right? And then you just hear some laughing. I'm talking about like the zombies laughing. You know what I'm talking about? Like that laugh right there? That would, oh my gosh, I'm getting myself scared right now. Hold on. Wait, if that were to happen, I can just imagine Gabriel Iglesias being on stage like this. Like, you guys really think I'm that funny, huh? I mean, I think that joke was that funny, but damn, okay. I mean, you know what? Let me tell you guys another joke to make sure you guys aren't some like fake laughing zombies. You know what I mean? Okay, here he goes. I would rather own a Tesla than a C8 ZR1X. Hey, alright, you guys really are laughing at my jokes. Let's go. Yeah, I can't even imagine being in the stands during that time if that were to happen. You know what I mean? Just everyone around you laughing. It would just get so hot in there. I'm not gonna lie, I would start sweating. I said I would start sweating.
Why would he do that? What? Oh, I am so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. The sweating epidemic is up next. 1485 was the year, folks, when Henry Tudor returned from France back to London, where many think that he
Well, he brought the disease with him. Yeah, no, for real. They thought that he brought the disease with him back from France, back to London. So it's basically homie's fault, for real. Now, if you were unfortunate enough to catch this sweating epidemic disease, well, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you right now that the symptoms are ass. Yes, you would have a severe case of the shivers, headaches, exhaustion, severe pain as well, and of course, severe sweating.
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds like COVID to me. You know what I mean? That sounds like COVID. You know, maybe besides the excessive pain, because you know you do feel a little bit of pain when you got COVID, but not excessively. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I mean, that's damn COVID. Now this one goes way back. I'm talking about way back to the 1400s. You know, and back then they didn't have medicine like we do now. So when it went away, like when it eventually went away, everybody got hyped because they were like, hey, okay, now we're good. Nobody's sweating. It's all good. But then it came back again, and again, and again.
And again.
Yeah, so this was kind of a rough time for around everyone during this time period because this disease was no joke, you guys. I'm talking about the mortality rate of this was about 30 to 50%. So this disease didn't really mess around, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Now, I was also doing some research, and it turns out that this only occurred during the summertime, bro. Like, come on, what an inconvenience. How much more inconvenient could that get? You know what I mean? Like, you're already sweating because it's hot as hell outside. Now I'm sweating because of the sweating disease? Nah, bro, that's
Double the sickness.
nah, bro. See, I'm not dealing with that. You know, like it'd be better. I mean, I'm not saying it's good, but it'd be better if it happened during wintertime. You know what I'm saying? When it's maybe like 30 degrees out, you get the sweating sickness, you're a little hot, you're like, all right, this ain't too bad. Not during summertime, no mames.
Or it couldn't have just happened at all, you know? Okay, you know what? No.
Okay, so I was just doing a little bit more research about this disease, and well, I'm not gonna lie, it looks like this was a gamble. Like, this was a for real gamble. So apparently here it says that if you did get the disease, you would find out if you would be good within 8 to 10 hours. Because in 8 to 10 hours, you would either just die, or you would instantly feel better. Yeah, well, talk about a gamble for real. That's got to be the most stressful 8 to 10 hours of your life. No, just imagine just waiting there, just hoping that you wouldn't die, that you would just be chilling after 8 to 10 hours. Oh my shit, you know what? I would end up getting the laughing disease within those 8 to 10 hours because of how stressed I was. Come on now. But I do gotta add that I got that information from Wikipedia, so I mean, just do with that as you will. Now the cure, hey, you guys may be wondering, Luis, what about the cure? There's gotta be a cure for this, right? Because that would suck. Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, this was also way back in the day, and they didn't have medicine like that, so there really wasn't a cure. Yeah, I am sorry. There was no cure. It was either you instantly feel better after those 8 to 10 hours, or you just die. So I mean, that was the cure, I guess. Hey, if I'm gonna be honest, it kind of sucked for people back in the day, for real, because they had the dancing plague, they had the sweating sickness, and they didn't even have medicine like how we do now. You know what I mean? So hey, they really had to thug it out back in the day, because nowadays, I mean, shoot, the only thing I'd be stressing about is if GTA 6 is really gonna come out. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Yeah, that was kind of bad. My bad. All right, guys, that's going to be the video for today. If you guys did enjoy it, really mean a lot to me if you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you guys don't miss out on my future videos, and drop a like on this video if you enjoyed today's video. I also want to know what you guys think. What do you think is the worst one to get? The dancing plague, the laughing disease, or the sweating sickness? Put it down in the comments down below. All right, I love you guys. I hope you all have a great day today. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I will catch you guys in the next one.